sorry.
Oh, what's you? It's all right. I just saved a patient in a war, and I nearly lose my life walking down the hall.
I'm sorry.
It was a joke. You all right? What's the matter?
You know this guy in here, Watson?
Yeah?
I know him from somewhere.
From where?
Well, I don't know. It has to be Port Charles. I never go anywhere. Would you do me a favor?
Sure.
You go back in there with me and see if you recognize him.
Okay.
Okay. Excuse me. I don't mean to disturb you. I just need to make a little notation here in your chart.
What am I, the Elephant Man?
Well, that should do it. We're going to try not to bother you again for a while, okay? You just get some rest.
It's comforting.
Well, he has the beard. He wouldn't really look at me. He has the bandage, but he doesn't look familiar. Sorry. See you later.
I know him. I know him.
Oh, Duke! Duke, I'm glad you made it back while I was here. I had just gone to the hospital to see Robin, and they said you were there.
Yeah, I was there for a while.
How's she doing?
She's still troubled. She's very troubled. Pardon me?
May I join you here? You know, I needed to talk to you about some things about the dance here because it's coming up real soon. And you had talked to me about a song, My Funny Valentine.
What's this, songs and dancing? How just made me to think about such foolishness? Anna's gone and she could be dead, so please, don't talk to me about that, eh? I want to speak to you, Jerome. Yes, Lavery here. Don't give me a hard time, man. I said I want to speak to him. And what time tomorrow? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's all right.
It's not. Neither was the way I spoke to you earlier. You forgive me?
Duke, look, I understand. We all get a little uptight every now and then. I certainly do this time of year. Valentine's Day.
Yeah. I know it's just a bad time of the year for you.
Yeah, but I just refuse to let it throw me. And that's why I want to do a good job for you at the Valentine's Day dance.
Thank you. I appreciate it. As for me being uptight, yeah, I am. You've got to understand, though, the police department of Port Charles, Sean, Tiffany, Felicia, not to mention Robert, well, they're all running around in circles, getting absolutely nowhere. Meanwhile, Anna's being held captive by some madman.
Look, you don't have to explain anything. And certainly you don't have to ask me to forgive you. Believe me, I know.
Fever's spiking. The medication isn't working. Nurse, I need 100 milligrams of Demerol for the pain, please.
Mr. Watson, you have to reconsider about the operation. There's no question it's absolutely necessary.
Let's face it, we could lose him.
You're not going to cut me open. You're not.
Nothing here. Nothing here and nothing here. What you got?
Coffee, for starters. You've been up all night.
Nothing unusual about that. What else?
Sean called. He's still waiting on the lab report about the ring.
Any information on Putnam's attorney in New York?
No, I'm afraid there's nothing there yet either.
Well, what the hell's taking so long?
Info on the attorney is on its way, and the lab is working on the ring. I don't know what else to tell you.
Get down there. Break heads if you have to, but just get it done.
Yes, sir.
This guy's face has been plastered all over town. Nobody's come forward. You're out there, Putnam. I'd love to know where you're hiding.
Oh,
Thanks for spending the night here last night. And that's for helping me keep him alive. Is everything okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he would only agree to the surgery.
what?
You still got that feeling about Bill?
After the lecture that you gave me yesterday about keeping my mouth shut, I'm going to take the fifth.
Are you going to hold that over my head forever?
No, I'm going to hold it over my head, and I'm not going to say anything until I am very sure.
Well, I gotta go. See you next break.
Why do I feel like I know you? He's still asleep.
That's where you should be. Home and asleep. Listen, I didn't come in here to check on the patient. I came to check in on the nurse.
I'm okay.
You were terrific, but you're tired and you're overworked. Listen, I tried to pull some strings around here to get somebody to take over for you tomorrow, but it didn't work.
Well, thanks for trying.
Well, you could do the next best thing. Go home and get some rest.
Oh, I think I'd rather stick around here.
Because of him? Because of me?
No. Steve Hardy's having surgery this morning.
I know, I'm on the team. But there's really not much you can do right now.
Well, I know, but I'd just feel better being here.
You'd feel better if you went home and got some rest. Listen, do I have to report to Dr. Hardy a mutiny here? It wouldn't do you or him any good. He'll feel better, and you will feel better if you go home and get a little rest before your next shift. So will I.
Okay, when you put it that way.
Yes, you have absolutely no choice in the matter. Tony will take care of him. Steve will be fine.
All right, you've convinced me. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Good morning.
Is it really?
I think it'd be a great morning. Since you're still alive. Had a pretty close call yesterday.
I don't suppose you'd care to share it with me.
But you remember? You passed out. I think your body's telling you that you gotta take care of this hand.
Ah, a pleasant euphemism for surgery.
Yeah, well, I think you find it wouldn't be so bad.
I can't imagine anything much worse than being knocked out and sliced open.
Well, nobody's gonna slice you open. Actually, between your thumb and forefinger, we'll make a small incision.
Interesting how it's always a small incision for the person doing the incising.
Well, you're not the only one that's afraid of surgery. A lot of people are. Dentist. I'm afraid of dentists myself.
What if something worse happens to me?
It could. Especially if we can't get that infection out of your system. You know, some infections are tough. You know, they resist all our efforts and all our antibiotics. They just go where they want to go and move when they want to move.
I get the distinct impression that you and your cohort, young Dr. Kildare, want me to have it done.
Absolutely. It is
The quickest and most foolproof way of getting that infection out of your system.
It'd be painful.
Well, you might feel a little discomfort around the stitches after surgery.
Let's talk about during surgery, Doctor.
You wouldn't feel a thing. We'll give you a light anesthetic.
How long would it take?
Oh, just wouldn't take too long at all. I mean, we could schedule you in the afternoon, and barring any complications, you could do one of your favorite things, roaming the halls by morning.
Schedule me.
What?
You heard me? Schedule me. The sooner the better. Let's get on with it.
Dr. Jones has surgery in the morning until noon.
Well, can't he shift his schedule around and take me first?
No, he has the chief of staff, Dr. Hardy.
You're telling me that now I've decided to go through with it, you're going to make me wait?
Relax, Bill. We can make good use of this time. I'll schedule you for the afternoon. You've made a very good decision.
That's a great comfort. Anything to get the hell out of here. Even half a chance of me finding out a fat mouth are gonna ruin everything. I'm gonna finish what I started, Robbie. I've waited a long time to get to you.
Here's the lab report on the ring.
And?
We are in luck. It was purchased at Hoffman Jewelers here in Port Charles.
So they were able to ID the jeweler's stamp, right?
No easy task. They said the stamp was pretty worn.
We know what has to be done next, don't we?
Yeah, proved the ring belonged to Graham Putnam.
Very good. Remind me to put you down for promotion. Now, if we can verify that that ring is Putnam's, it puts him in the house the night that Anna was kidnapped. I gotta get a car.
Okay.
Oh, hi, Sam. How are you? Robert, here's the report from his lawyer.
No, I'm...
Owens, Richard Owens, and according to the institution, Owens was the first stop that Putnam made right after he was released.
Uh-huh. That explains why the first snowman's letter was postmarked New York City.
Exactly. It's no longer supposition. All the pieces are finally falling into place.
Okay. We know the jeweler. We know he has information, and the information is vital. On the other hand, I want to get to New York and talk to this lawyer.
You can't cover them both. Let me take the jeweler.
You mind?
Are you kidding? Anna's life is at stake.
That's the information you're going to need. Go through it while I get into the airlines. I want to shuttle out of here safely. Yes, sir. What'll it be for you? A diamond for your lady? A watch for yourself?
Oh, not today. It's police business. I'd like to ask a few questions. Do you recognize this ring?
Well, that's a very interesting piece.
We know it was purchased here. We just don't know when or by whom.
Well, I've only had the place 2 years.
Well, even so, you must have records.
Ah, yes. Records.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go check. They're exquisite, aren't they?
They're expensive, too, I bet.
Well, for some people, yes. For you, no.
The only thing I'm interested in today, sir, is information.
Ah. Well, I can't seem to find any record of the sale. And you know those records only go back 2 years.
No, I think it's back a little further than that, possibly in 1984.
Ah. Now, those records are in the basement. They're very hard to get to. It'd take a lot of my time. Time's a precious jewel in itself. Don't you agree? Very valuable.
How valuable?
Oh, almost as valuable as this piece.
I'm sure. How much for this piece?
That's worth about an hour of my time, maybe.
I can see where we're going with this.
Sir, I didn't suggest for a minute that I wouldn't look, but your attitude might make me forget.
And your attitude might make me get a search warrant.
Which, again, takes time.
Actually, I I think my lady would love that piece.
It's quite expensive.
Worth about 3 hours of your time.
Indeed.
Take checks, of course.
Oh, absolutely.
While I write the check, why don't you try and locate those records?
I just remembered. I know exactly where they are. I'll be right back.
I'm sure. What I'd do for friendship.
Mr. Robert Scorpio is here.
Who?
The police commissioner from Port Charles. Don't you remember he called earlier for an appointment?
Oh, yes. How could I forget? Do you know what he wants to see?
I think
it shouldn't take too long to explain.
It's all right. Dick Owens, Mr. Scorpio, pleased to meet you. Sit down.
Thank you.
I'm not too familiar with your city. I understand it's quite a town.
Quite. You've never been there.
Flown through on business, that's all.
Then I don't suppose you know too many people.
Unfortunately, no.
What about Grant Putnam? You do know Grant Putnam.
The name's familiar.
What about the man?
I've been in practice many years, Mr. Scorpio. I've had many clients through the years.
Grant Putnam was one of them, or should I say, is one of them.
Could be. Putnam's not an unusual name.
I didn't come here to play games, Mr. Owens. I want information about your client, Grant Putnam. I want to know where he's been since day one from leaving the funny farm.
This man you're speaking of, has he been charged with anything?
I'll say this once more, Mr. Owens. I didn't come here to play games. Now, this man, as you so call him, has possibly damaged my daughter for life and may have even killed her mother. Now, he was your client, wasn't he?
I see no reason to deny it. He hasn't been arrested, has he?
Look, I'm going to have you arrested very shortly for hampering the investigation if you don't tell me what I want to know. Furthermore, I'm going to have your client reduced to toast on the electric chair. Now, Grant Putnam was in Port Charles 1, maybe 2 weeks ago. Possibly he's still there. Tell me, Mr. Owens, how do I find him? Some answers, Mr. Owens.
I don't need threats.
I'm sorry if you perceive my inquiries that way. I don't make threats. I'm just telling you what's going to happen if you don't cooperate. Now, I happen to believe that your client, Grant Putnam, is a psychotic killer. I just want to find the guy before he proves me right. Talk to me.
All right. All right. You made your point. I saw Grant briefly after he was released from the asylum.
And?
We took up money matters, business. He receives an allowance from his family's estate.
Go on.
Well, I haven't seen him since. Shortly after that, I received a phone call saying he was in Port Charles.
Where in Port Charles?
As a rule, he doesn't give me his address.
Well, maybe a box number, post office. Look, how does the guy get his pocket money?
Well, let's see. Yeah. Here it is. Now, that's all I know.
That's all you think you know. As I understand it, you've been a family attorney for a number of years. You must know something else about the man.
Because of that long association, I feel responsible for him. Believe me, I was more than concerned when I found out he was being released. From what you say, my suspicions were well-founded. Sincerely, I hope you do find him.
Thanks for the help. We'll be in touch. Oh, one more thing. Is this the way Grant looked when you last saw him?
This is the way I remembered him. Last time I saw him, it's hard to believe he was the same man.
How is he different?
Well, for one thing, he has a beard.
Long, short?
No, say about down to here. And his hair is much longer. You may have difficulty recognizing him.
Beard or no beard, I'll know Putnam when I see him. Oh, may I use your phone?
My secretary will help you.
I want my people on this right away.
Well, Sam outside just told me good news about New York. Congratulations.
At least it's a step forward.
Oh, I'd say it was a giant step. I assume you stationed men around the post office box.
Yeah, if Putnam turns up, we'll grab him, but I'm not holding my breath.
Either way, we're ahead. But, I'm tapped out.
Just as we're getting somewhere?
No, I don't mean tapped out of the case. I mean tapped out of money. It cost me a bloody fortune, but I did hit pay dirt with that jeweler.
Hand me your sad sex story later. Facts first.
All right. The ring was a customer design purchased by one Grant Putnam in 1984.
Now we're getting somewhere. Come look at this.
Is the way the lawyer described it?
Well, it's as close as I can get. But the important thing is that I got a feeling I've seen him.
Looking like this?
Yeah. What about you?
I'm afraid it doesn't ring any bells with me, old buddy. Wish it did. Maybe you're just having wishful thinking, huh?
I've seen him. I've seen him. I know I've seen him. I just don't know where.
Does that do it?
That does it. Thank you very much for deciding to let us help you.
When?
As soon as we finish a few details, which we're going to take care of right now.
And while we do that, Nurse Jansen here will prep you. We'll see you in a bit.
It's all set? Good. We'll get you well and out of here in no time. Let's go.
We keep going over the question of motive again and again, and we keep coming back to the same place every time. Revenge, right?
Every time.
All right, now, if we can assume that Putnam's motive is revenge, then that's going to leave us with a few unanswered questions.
Such as?
Such as, if he really wanted to hit you where it hurts, really wanted to destroy you and your life, why did he stop with Anna?
You headed with this?
I don't know yet. I'm just thinking out loud. It doesn't bother you, does it?
Everything bothers me at this moment.
Well, maybe this brief review is going to calm your mind or jog a few more memories out of there. I don't know. Shall I continue?
I doubt that I could stop you even if I wanted to.
All right, as I was saying, if Putnam is so sick and is so full of hate and took years to formulate his plan, why did he stop with Anna? I mean, Robin was there, too. She was in the same house with him. Why didn't he take Robin as well?
That's it.
What?
That's where I've seen him.
Where?
In General.
General Hospital?
I saw Grant there. I saw this man at General.
When?
Maybe 3 nights ago. Now, I saw this seedy-looking character, rather grubby individual, hanging around outside of Robin's room. I thought there was something straight. It's Putnam. It's absolutely. I'm sure it's Putnam. Sam! Sam!
Yes, sir.
Listen, I want backup over at General right away. I'm headed over there myself. I want 2 extra guards outside of Robin's room. Pronto!
Yes, sir.
Here is the drill. There will be no mistakes. One slip up here could cost my daughter her life.
It's hard to believe that Robin's in danger here in the hospital.
Yeah, well, believe it. Putnam's our #1 suspect in Anna's kidnapping. And I think that only a few days ago I saw the guy in this very hospital dressed as a patient.
So he could be trying to gain access to Robin's room.
Very definitely.
Do you think he's still here?
If he is, we're going to find him.
And if he's not, he could be coming back.
Which is why our top priority is to protect my daughter. Now, are the extra guards in place?
Yes, sir, they are.
Good. I want all the exits watched as well. Plus everything in and out of this hospital covered. We're dealing with Putnam here. Look at our hands full. This guy is diabolically clever. He's also driven by an all-consuming hatred for me, and will get at me any way he can, especially to the ones I love.
We'll find him, sir, don't worry.
We have to. I never want this man near my daughter again. Now move.
to Jerome.
He's not an easy man to find. Not unless he wants something. You still think he's in New York City? Well, he's got to be back by now. I have to get in the description of Anna's possible kidnapper. I mean, Putnam must be invisible to evade Jerome like this. He's done a hell of a job ditching the police. Yeah, well, he certainly can't hide from the mob now, can he? What happens if it turns out he has nothing to do with this? Then we're right back where we started. It's got to be Putnam, though. They haven't come up with any other suspects. Meanwhile, Anna's just twisting in the wind. I haven't done one damn thing to help find her, have I?
Duke, you're not alone. You're not alone. Scorpio hasn't come up with any leads either.
Scorpio is just a policeman. I happen to be her husband. I will take this whole bloody city apart brick by brick if I have to find her.
You may yet.
I'm going to try New York again.
Well, thank you for walking me over.
It was my pleasure. Obviously, it wasn't yours, though.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is just the time of year it reminds me of Frisco.
Yeah, I guess it must be tough being separated from somebody that you love.
Yeah, especially on Valentine's Day. Just feel so lonely. I feel like I'm the only person in the whole world that doesn't have somebody.
Well, you know, Bobby's in the same boat.
Well, maybe we can cry on each other's shoulder.
I have another idea.
What?
Well, don't you think Bobby's kind of dragging around right now?
Yeah, I think she's depressed. She's probably actually more depressed than me. I mean, if you think about it, Frisco's coming home, but we don't know what's going to happen with Jake.
That's true. But I think there might be a way to help Bobby.
What's that?
Well, do you think it might be a good idea if I brought her here, to sort of uplift her spirits for the Valentine's Day dance?
Yes, she'd like that. Have fun, okay?
Okay. Now, you cheer up, though.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.
What do you mean he's still not back? Well, when do you expect him back? I mean, doesn't he call in to collect his messages? Tell him to call Duke Lavery the minute he gets there. Yes, I have some information. It could be a matter of life and death.
Hi. Have you heard from Terry?
No, I don't know where she is, and quite frankly, I don't care. My only concern is Anna. In the name of God, where is that woman?
I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you like that.
Well, that's all right. You're upset.
Yeah, I've no right to take it out on you, though. It's just not knowing where Anna is driving me crazy. I can hardly concentrate on anything else.
Well, you don't have to. You let your friends do it, okay?
Yeah. Thanks, friend.
So the idea is that we search the whole hospital.
That's a tall order.
It's the only way I'll know for sure whether Putnam is here or not.
Commissioner,
What have you got?
I just checked with admitting. There's not a Grant Putnam on the patient list.
That doesn't surprise me. I mean, he wouldn't check in under his own name.
Now what?
We go through the hospital with a fine-tooth comb.
Grant Putnam is the kidnapper. Where's Anna?
Why would he
I
leave?
wish I knew.
Why would he come here?
You're asking me a whole lot of questions, guys, that I can't give you answers to.
You know, he could have gotten sick.
Now, that's a possibility. He may be using the hospital as a hideout.
Figuring that'd be the last place anyone would look.
I don't put anything past this guy.
But would he desert Anna? I mean, wouldn't he be afraid she'd get away? Unless, of course...
He'd already killed her.
How can you be sure he hasn't?
I can't. I just don't. I refuse to believe that.
So the odds are Putnam showed up at the hospital for medical care.
I hope that's his reason.
What else could there be?
I can't rule out the possibility that he's come for Robin.
You think he wants to kidnap her and Anna?
Well, it's my belief he wanted Robin to begin with. He's settled for Anna.
He's trying to get even with you. That makes more sense.
You couldn't hurt me any worse.
Well, you've got the full cooperation of the hospital. Anything you want, just ask.
Appreciate that, Dan.
I'll stay with Robin.
Thank you, Tom.
Anything else we can do in the meantime?
Pray. If only I was sure that...
About Putnam?
No, I may be grasping at straws here, but it's the only lead I've got. To that end, I'll follow it to the end of the earth. It's...
All the exits are covered, Commissioner.
Good. All right, we start in the basement. We work our way up. Patients, visitors, staff. No one leaves here unless they're cleared by me. Putnam's here. He's mine.
Nurse Arrington, Nurse Conlon, report to Dr. Moody's office.
Please, is anybody there? Is anybody there?
Me.
No, it's me.
Me.
It's me. Never been you.
It's me.
Me.
It was always me.
No, it wasn't. It's me.
Me.
It's me.
Me.
Only me.
Stop it! Stop it! I love you both, don't you know that?
Me?
Yes.
No, you love me. You only love me. Tell him you only love me.
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 Never you.
Always me.
No, I'm not.
I was.
Stop it!
You're history.
Doesn't have to be that way, does it?
Stop it!
Anna?
Stop it!
Who'd you love, Anna?
I love you so
Who'd you love, Anna? You did that, Anna. Only one. Only one.
It's me. It was always
Who'd you love?
never him.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
I'm glad you're still here.
What can I do for you?
I need any information you have on the investigation into Anna's kidnapping. Oh, come on. Up until recently, you were Robert's assistant. I know also you're close friends. You must have some inside information, something you can tell me.
Robert imposed a strict gag order.
Oh, I know that, but I'm not exactly the general public now, am I? You must have some details you can give me. Oh, damn it, Felicia. This is my wife we're talking about. I need some details. Come on.
I know that if I talked to Robert, he would be more than willing to let me tell you what we know.
No.
What?
I don't want any favors from Scorpio, thank you very much. I should never have asked you in the first place. I put you in a very awkward situation, obviously. I'll get answers my own way.
How?
That's not for you to worry about.
Sorry. See you later.
Yeah.
All right, you found out cover the nurse's station and the lounge. Then move on to the corridors.
Hi.
Amy?
You're searching for whoever kidnapped Anna Devane, aren't you?
Yes, looking in every nook and cranny.
Yeah, well, I heard that Robert and the police were going to be here this afternoon. That's why I had to come back.
You have some information?
Well, it's probably nothing.
Robert!
What's up?
Well, I'm not sure.
About what?
Well, yeah, I hate to do this. I mean, if I'm just going to be gossiping.
Look, Amy, whatever you got to say, just spit it out. I mean, I don't have the time to mess around and play games.
Maybe I should just keep my...
Amy!
There's this patient, and he seems really familiar to me.
How?
I don't know. There's just something about him that makes me think that I know him.
Describe him.
Well, he's not very friendly. He's got kind of long hair and a scruffy beard. And in spite of the fact that he has a bandage on, I really think I know him, Robert.
Could be the man that I saw lurking outside of Robin's room. Who is he?
He was admitted under the name of John Doe.
Well, what's wrong with him?
He's got a badly cut hand that's very infected and a broken nose.
How'd he get it hurt?
Well, he said that he slashed it on the dock and that he was in so much pain that he fell down on his face.
No, Anna might have inflicted those wounds defending herself. This John Doe, did he give an address?
No, he's a drifter.
Maybe a hell of a lot more than that.
And he says that his name is Bill Watson.
Where is our Mr. Watson?
He's in surgery right now with Tony and Patrick.
Let's pay our respects.
Dr. Reinhardt, contact respiratory therapy. Dr. Reinhardt, contact respiratory therapy.
Prognosis looks good. Yeah, from what I can tell, he should regain his strength quickly.
Fever's down.
I don't see any reason why he won't have full use of his hand in no time.
How long do you think he'll be out?
Could be a half hour, could be hours. I don't know. At least he's alive.
He owes that all to you.
Well, I'm just glad we got to it in time. Mr. Watson has a knack for being at the right place at the right time.
Where is
Robert, which one's Bill Watson?
What are you doing in here?
This is police business, and I want to see Bill Watson
Well, you
right
can't.
now. No. I
wouldn't be here if it wasn't urgent, Tony.
Well, a patient's health is a lot more important than anything you can come here
How's
for.
about the innocent victim's life?
What are you talking about?
Bill Watson could be Anna's kidnapper. What? We have reason to believe he's actually Grant Putnam.
Are you sure?
Well, I could be if I have a look.
All right, just be quiet, all right? I can't really tell. Just don't disturb him.
Bandage. I mean, he could be the man that I saw outside of Robin's room.
But is it Putnam?
I don't know. It's difficult to make a positive ID. Listen, if this Bill Watson, I'm going to have some questions for him the minute he comes to. Can you notify me?
As soon as he can stand up to the interrogation, I will.
Make sure there's a police guard outside of his door at all times.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Watson is never to be left unguarded. Maybe now I can start to get a few answers.
Right. Put this wire over onto here. Like this. Perfect. And once I switch it on, there ought to be enough voltage in here to drop him. Sorry, Satan. Come on, boy. Come on. Come on, get out and get towards the fence. Come on. Satan.
Angel. You know Duke more than anyone. Is it my imagination, or is he falling apart?
No. He's a little tense, but he's going to be fine as soon as Anna gets back. We'll return to normal, and we'll all breathe easier.
I guess.
Hey, shouldn't you be dressing for the show?
Oh, I didn't realize it was so late. Yeah, wish me luck.
Go on, you won't need it. You'll knock him dead anyway.
Okay.
Boss, you better control yourself.
What do you mean?
Terry's starting to wonder what's bothering you.
My wife has been kidnapped by some maniac. I don't know whether she's dead or alive. I don't even know where she is. That happens to be what's bothering me.
Everybody expects you to be worried about Anna. Okay? Boss, please. If those people believe otherwise, you're going to have one hell of a time ducking questions from more than just Terry.
I don't give a damn about that. At the moment, all I'm concerned with is talking to Jerome.
You mean he hasn't returned your call?
No, he hasn't. I have this feeling he's trying to avoid me.
Because he doesn't have information on Anna?
We made a deal. If he doesn't keep his end of the bargain, then we're certainly not keeping mine.
Are you still speaking to me?
Of course I am.
Well, I wouldn't blame you if you wouldn't. But right now, all you have to do is listen.
What's on your mind?
I was thinking about what you asked me earlier.
Police information.
Yes, I think you have the right to know.
Why do you tell that to Robert Scorpio?
I don't pretend to understand what's going on between you and Robert because it's none of my business. I just think you have the right to know what's going on in this investigation.
Oh, well, thank you. Welcome to the club. At the moment, you and I are the only two people in town who are members.
Unfortunately, I don't have very much information to give you.
Anything would help.
Grant Putnam has been traced to Port Charles.
So there's even more reason to suspect that he's the kidnapper.
Right. Robert seems to think so. He has a few leads right now.
What are the leads?
I'm sorry, I don't know. That's all I have to say. I just wanted you to know.
Thank you. Dukes,
You wanted to speak to me.
where the hell have you been?
Just got back into town.
You certainly took your sweet time, didn't you?
It's mine to take. What are you so worked up about?
I have information on a prime suspect in my wife's kidnapping, which is much more than I can say for you.
All right, what's your information?
His name is Grant Putnam.
Never heard of him.
He's an old enemy of Robert Scorpio's. He's also a real psycho. He's been traced here to Port Charles.
You have been busy.
I want to know exactly where Putnam is. And I want to know now. If you can't find out for me, I'll put every drop of your booze in the harbor.
You won't do that.
Why don't you try me? I'm calling in your marker, Jerome.
Where are you going?
We have orders to move a patient to his new room.
Not Bill Watson, is it?
Yeah, it is. Is there anything wrong with that?
Not as long as I go with you. Commissioner Scorpio gave a few orders of his own. Watson's to be kept under police protection at all times.
We just move him. We don't care who comes along for the ride.
All right. Just let me check in with headquarters first. Truman Wainwright. Good God. Mr. Wainwright. You and I are about to become very good friends. You're a lot of help. The nose is still there. How do you like that? One size fits all. This one minute. No trouble. He's gonna be very good health.
see. Nope, this isn't Bill Watson. Must be that guy over there.
Bill Watson. So right here. Let's move this guy out.
Okay, nothing else?
Not so far. We're still searching and checking IDs, but so far no sign of Graham Putnam.
I'm betting that's that patient in the recovery room.
Bill Watson's been transferred
Where?
to a private room.
Well, guarded, of course.
Oh, absolutely. There's an officer with him every step of the way.
Has he come to yet?
No.
Have the doctors given any indication as to when he might regain consciousness?
No, sir, I'm afraid not.
I better go take a look.
What do you want us to do here, sir?
Just keep on searching. Watson may or may not be Grant Putnam. I'm willing to bet they're one and the same, but let's face it, I've been wrong before.
Well, it certainly must have been before my time.
We've got to cover all bases. I don't want to waste any time with Watson if the real Putnam is lurking in some linen closet somewhere.
If
Move
he
it.
is, we'll find him.
Good.
Robert, please report your doctor.
Putnam?
It's Robin.
I'm not worse.
Better. She's asking for you.
She's actually saying my name?
And a whole lot more. She's coming out of shock.
You sure?
Want to see for yourself?
Yeah.
Do you want some of this food with me? Come on. I can't do this. I don't believe it. I can't do it. Did that frighten you? Scared him to death? Get away. Get away. No. Get out of here. Go on.
I want my daddy! I want him! I want my daddy! I want my
Robin?
daddy! I want my daddy! Daddy! Daddy!
You all right?
I am now. Daddy, I remember what happened that night. I have to tell you.
All right. I want to hear everything, all right? I want you to know not to worry. Don't worry about your mum. She's going to be just fine.
Jerome have to say?
He claimed he just got back into town.
Okay, but did you give Jerome the information on Grant Putnam?
What little information there is, yes, I gave it to him.
Okay, fine. But at least they traced him here to Port Charles.
Well, there's not much to go on, is there? I wish they could just narrow the damn thing down. What is it? Is it Robin?
No, Grant Putnam.
What about him?
Robert's got him.
Where?
At General Hospital.
What?
I just talked to Sean, and Robert seems to think that he's got him.
He seems to think he's got him. What is...
He hasn't made a positive ID yet, but Sean says it's close.
You mean the murderer is running around General Hospital, Robin as a patient?
Well, Grant's a patient, too.
And then what about Anna?
Well, apparently, Robert hasn't questioned the suspect yet, but even if it is Grant Putnam, that doesn't necessarily mean he's the kidnapper.
And Scorpio was right.
Grant will lead us in.
I'm going to the general hospital.
Right.
It was awful.
It's all right, sweetheart. I know. It's okay. It's all over now. It's all over.
Mommy and that bad man were fighting, and they were hitting each other, and Mommy screamed at me to run, so I went into the kitchen, I hid in the cupboard, and I closed my eyes as tight as I could, and I thought I was going to die. And then I came here, and I couldn't talk, and I just kept thinking about how bad that night was. And every time I saw that door open, I thought it was that bad man coming back for me.
It's all right. He's never going to get to you again. I'm going to protect you.
Robert, I know you have a lot of work to do, so I'll sit with her for a while longer.
Spare the time?
For her, anytime.
Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Daddy, please don't leave me.
Hey, I'm going to be right here in the hospital. I have a man I want to talk to about what happened that night. Tom's going to be with you, okay?
Daddy,
What, sweetheart?
when is Mommy coming to visit me?
Soon. Very soon. Now, why don't you go to bed here and just relax, and I'll come back and see you later. All right?
Where do you think you're going, Anna? Where do you think you're going, huh?
Stop it,
Eileen, you wouldn't leave so soon now, would you? The party's just begun.
Leave me alone.
Where is Satan?
Downstairs. Go and see if you want.
Not a chance.
What do you want with me?
What do I want with you? You know exactly what I want, Anna, and I'm going to get it. Nothing else can get in my way.
It's not going to work. It won't work.
It won't work? You'll be surprised. You're going to have a front row seat. Watch it work.
Robert will never fall for this.
Robert will fall. Do you understand me? Robert will fall because he can never resist a bait. Come and get her, Scorpio. Come and get her. We're waiting.
How's he doing?
Well, I think he's coming around, Commissioner.
I'd like to ask him a few questions. You suppose you could step outside for a minute?
No problem. If you need me, I'll be right outside.
Putnam? Grant Putnam?
Go away.
Here, you're calling yourself Bill Watson these days. What have you done with Anna Devane? Where's she hidden?
I don't know any Anna.
You know, it's a long time to hold a grudge, Putnam. Why didn't you come after me yourself directly, instead of going after my ex-wife and daughter? You know, I figured you for a lot of things, but never a coward.
I don't know who you are.
It's your old buddy, Police Commissioner Robert Scorpio. Name ring a bell?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like hell, your name's Grant Putnam. I hear you go under the name of Bill Watson.
Watson. My name's Wainwright. Never heard of Putnam, Watson, or Anna. Never saw you before either. I think you got me mistaken with somebody else.
I may have jumped the gun here. I have to admit it. This doesn't look like Grant Putnam.
Wainwright. Name's Wainwright, damn it.
We had reason to believe that you were a murderer and a kidnapper. Sorry about that.
You spoke to Watson?
Said his name's Wainwright.
He's not your man?
It's not Putnam, and he had nothing to do with Anna's kidnapping.
Well, if I can do anything to help.
I don't know what to do myself, much less ask anybody else at this point.
Sorry. Excuse me.
Listen, you're dismissed. We've been watching out over the wrong person. What do I tell my daughter? She thought I was going to wrap this case up today. I mean, so did I, for that matter.
Robert.
What?
Something strange going on.
Oh? Like what?
Well, the man you just spoke to in there, that's not Watson.
I know that. It's not Putnam. His name's Wainwright.
No, but he has on Watson's hospital ID.
What?
God. He has his wristband on. His nose is not broken. It's not the patient I treated as Watson.
So somebody switched the IDs.
Right.
Boss Grant, where the hell is he?
Well, he has to be in the hospital. He just had surgery. He's in no condition to go anywhere.
I gotta alert the guards.
He's weak. He can't run. He can't escape.
We're talking about a maniac here. This is Putnam. This guy's so pumped up with revenge he could leap tall buildings in a single bound. I gotta find him.
Fancy, what's the story? Sleeping on the job, were we? Huh? That's all right. We've all had a rough few days now, haven't we? You wired the fence, didn't you, Anna? You wired the fence? How resourceful. Dismantle it. I just told you to dismantle it, Anna.
No.
Did you say no? Did you say no? Dismantle it, Anna! Dismantle it, or I swear to God I'll kill you now. It doesn't make a damn bit of difference to me. Robbie will find he's got dead bait. That's a good girl. Shut off the current. Very nice. That's a start. Now, hand me the wire. Thank you. Thank you. I missed you too. All right, Anna. Close the gate. Let's go, love. Not yet. Welcome me back. Welcome me back, love.
Go away.
Don't trifle with me, Anna! Have it your way now. Get your rest. You're gonna need it. I'll get you some food, Satan.